Why don't we ever invite a will to a party? Because it's always a dead giveaway. A little humour to kick things off as we explore the intriguing world of finance and legal matters. Welcome to our channel, where we take complex topics and make them accessible to everyone. Today we're delving into the labyrinth of estate planning, specifically the differences between a will and a living trust. So buckle up and get ready to navigate this maze with us. So without further ado, let's dive into the world of estate planning. Estate planning, although it might sound like something only the ultra-rich need to worry about, it's actually important for everyone. It's pretty much like directing a movie where you're the director and your assets are the stars. Now imagine not leaving any instructions for your cast and crew. Sounds chaotic, right? That's exactly what happens when you don't plan your estate. Estate planning is all about preparing for the inevitable, your departure from the world stage, and deciding where your assets should go. It's not just about money or properties, it's also about your personal belongings, your pets, and even your digital assets like social media accounts. It's about ensuring that your loved ones are taken care of and your final wishes are respected. Now, let's delve into two key tools of estate planning: wills and living trusts. They are like two different scripts for the same movie, each with its unique direction and storyline. First up, let's discuss what exactly a will is. A will, in its simplest form, is a legal document that clearly outlines your wishes regarding the distribution of your assets and properties upon your demise. It's like a roadmap, guiding your loved ones through the process, ensuring that your assets land exactly where you want them to. It can include anything from your vintage car collection to your beachfront property in Miami, or even your beloved pet. A will also allows you to appoint a guardian for your minor children, a responsibility not to be taken lightly. It's important to remember, though, that a will only comes into effect after you've passed on, and typically it must go through a process called probate, which we'll delve into a bit later. So that's a will for you. Now let's move on to living trusts. Next, we have the living trust, another crucial tool in estate planning. What exactly is a living trust, you might ask? Well, it's a legal entity created during an individual's lifetime. This entity is designed specifically to hold and manage assets. Think of it as a secure vault for your belongings, but with a twist. Instead of just storing them, a living trust can actively manage and distribute these assets. This is where it stands out from a will, because a living trust can begin distributing assets before an individual's passing, and may even continue after. It's like having your very own financial manager, working tirelessly around the clock, even when you're not able to. So, a living trust is not just about planning for the inevitable. It's also about managing your estate efficiently while you're still around to enjoy it. Now that we understand what a will and a living trust are, let's compare them. On the surface, a will and a living trust might seem similar, but they have some key differences. Let's dive into the essential distinctions to help you make an informed decision. First, let's talk about the probate process. Assets distributed through a will typically go through probate. This is a court-supervised process that verifies the will, settles debts, and distributes the remaining assets. It can be a lengthy and sometimes costly process. On the other hand, a living trust can often bypass probate, allowing assets to be distributed more quickly and efficiently. This can save not only time but also money. Next, we have privacy considerations. When a will goes through probate, it becomes a public record. This means the details of your estate, including who your beneficiaries are, become public information. A living trust, however, generally remains private. This allows for a more discreet distribution of assets, which can be particularly important if you value your privacy. Then there's the matter of flexibility. A will is relatively easy to amend or revoke, making it adaptable to changing circumstances. A living trust, on the other hand, offers greater flexibility in managing assets during your lifetime. This can be especially beneficial in cases of incapacity, as a designated trustee can step in and manage your affairs. Lastly, let's discuss control over assets. A will only takes effect upon your death, providing control over your assets after you've passed away. A living trust, however, allows for the management and distribution of assets during your lifetime. This means you can decide when and how your beneficiaries receive their inheritance. potentially offering more control over how your assets are used. These differences can significantly impact how your estate is managed and distributed. As you can see, both wills and living trusts have their advantages and disadvantages. Your personal circumstances, estate size and long-term goals will ultimately guide your decision. Remember, estate planning is not a one-size-fits-all process. It's about finding the best solution for your unique situation. So, how do you choose between a will and a living trust? Well, this decision isn't as simple as flipping a coin. It hinges on several factors that are unique to each individual's circumstances. Let's delve into these considerations. Firstly, size matters when it comes to the estate in question. A larger estate may benefit more from a living trust due to the potential for avoiding the probate process. Smaller estates, however, might find a will to be a more cost-effective solution. Family dynamics also play a crucial role. If you anticipate family disagreements, or if you have minor children, a living trust could provide a more controlled and private distribution of assets. On the other hand, if your family situation is straightforward, a will might be just fine. Privacy is another important aspect. If you prefer to keep the distribution of your assets confidential, a living trust is your go-to. Remember, a will becomes public record once it goes through probate, but a living trust remains private. Next up is the desire for asset management during one's lifetime. If you want to maintain control over your assets while you're still alive, or if there's a chance you might become incapacitated, a living trust can provide that flexibility. A will, however, only takes effect after you've passed away. Lastly, consider the complexity of your assets. If your estate includes businesses, multiple properties or investments, a living trust may provide a smoother transition. But if your holdings are relatively simple, a will could suffice. So there you have it. These are some of the key factors to think about when deciding between a will and a living trust. It's a personal decision that depends on your unique circumstances and what you feel most comfortable with. But remember, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's essential to consult with a professional who can guide you through this process based on your specific needs and desires. While this video provides a basic understanding, it's crucial to seek professional advice. When it comes to estate planning, the stakes are high. Your assets, your legacy, and the well-being of your loved ones are on the line. As such, it's essential to carve out a path that's tailored to your unique circumstances and goals, and this is where professional legal advice comes into play. Legal advisors, particularly those specializing in estate planning, are equipped with the knowledge and experience to navigate the complexities of wills and living trusts. They can provide clarity on the nuances and intricacies that might not be apparent to the untrained eye. For instance, tax implications, potential legal disputes, or unforeseen challenges that might arise during asset distribution. Moreover, estate planning is not a one-size-fits-all endeavor. It's a dynamic process that may need to evolve with your life circumstances. Whether it's the birth of a new family member, a change in marital status, or a significant shift in your financial situation, these changes can have profound implications on your estate planning strategy. A seasoned legal advisor can help you adapt your plan to these changes, ensuring it remains effective and aligned with your intent. Lastly, a legal advisor can provide peace of mind. Knowing that your estate plan is legally sound and strategically thought out can alleviate stress and uncertainty about the future. So, don't hesitate to reach out to a professional for personalized advice. And that wraps up our discussion on wills and living trusts. We've navigated the complex world of estate planning, dissected the definition of wills and living trusts, and highlighted their key differences. We've delved into the probate process, privacy considerations, flexibility, and control over assets. We've also explored the many factors that might influence your choice between a will and a living trust, from the size of your estate to your family dynamics. And of course, we've emphasized the importance of seeking professional legal advice to ensure you make the best decision for your unique circumstances. It's been quite a journey, but remember, this is just the beginning. There's so much more to learn and understand. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more such informative content. Until next time, stay informed and make wise decisions.